How well do I know my Linux command line? Now you would assume I know it really well because I spend most of my life in the Linux console, the Linux terminal, and on virtual terminals, whatever, in the Linux terminal space. Okay, you would expect I know it well, I would know what to do, but how well do I know? Well, I'm actually going to test myself today and show you the results, however embarrassing. And well, let's just sort of get into it, and I'm going to show you, so have a look at the screen, and this is called Command Challenge, and this is what it says. It's a challenge on the command line in a web browser. So we're going to see how well I do with these challenges. Be interesting to let me know your scores if you do this. I'll put the link in the description. Now I'd hope I'm going to do reasonably well in this, but you never know. So I'm just going to start getting into it. Okay, so your first challenge is to print hello world on the terminal in a single command, and it even gives you a hint. So let's just do that. So obviously echo, the classic programming hello world is the classic programming newbie starter, and echo hello world in the command line. Okay, that's correct, that's good. Print the current working directory, so that'll be pwd. Okay, fantastic. And it tells you the current directory at the bottom. List names of all the files in the current directory, one file per line, ls. Now of course, if you do ls in a terminal, it doesn't necessarily do one per line, so you never know. So if, for example, if I do ls, as you can see, that's not one per line. So I just thought I'd say that. See, too smart for the test. There is a file named access.log in the current directory, print its contents, so we know cat. We'll do that. Correct. Okay, fantastic. It's given all this output at the bottom, but I mean, maybe I should be paying attention to this. Let's move it down a bit. This could be important. Print the last 5 lines of access.log. So of course tail will print output does not match. So maybe no, I need to do tail is it -5 access? So I think the default is 10, isn't it? Okay, correct, you have a new challenge, fantastic. Create an empty file named take the command challenge in the current working directory. Okay. Well, I'm in the current working directory, so I can just make it, right? So an empty file touch, and then take the command challenge. Correct. Okay. Create a directory named directory named temp/files in the current working directory. The directory temp does not exist. With one command, you need to create both temp and temp files. Okay. Create directory. Okay, so these are directories. Okay, so files is not a file, it's a directory. Okay. So mkdir temp. Oh, okay, we need parent, don't we? So that's -p, because of course when you do mkdir, it will only make a directory unless you want the parent directory. So basically you're telling it to make files, but you want to create the temp directory as well, because that doesn't exist. Okay, correct. Copy the file named take the command challenge to the directory. Okay, so I should still be in there. Yeah, doesn't like that. I'm not even allowed to look at where I am, but we'll assume we're in the same directory, of course. Okay, so copy, cp, take the command challenge, and then we want to move it to temp. Guess I can do it like this, files, and then like that. Okay, great. Move the file name, take the command challenge to the directory temp files. Didn't I just do that? Oh, copy, no, move, okay. Take the command challenge to temp, let's do it like this, ooh, temp files, okay. Create a symbolic link is a type of file that is referenced to another file. Create a symbolic link named points to the file. Okay, so was it ln? I can't remember, it's a symbolic, so it's soft, isn't it? So is that -s? I can't remember, man, ln, link, symbolic dash s. Okay, and then we want to do take points to take the command challenge to temp files take LNS. So we want a hard link. So I could just do, okay, I'm going to cheat. So what is it? LN. What am I doing wrong, Chris? To a file directory. Okay. ln-s. Take the command challenge to temp files. Take. Interesting. Okay, what's the solution? Okay, I've got to do it the other way around. No. Okay. Thing is, not something I really do that often. That's my excuse. Skill issues. So I just got to do it the other way around. Okay. So temp files take. I could have just played around with it, done it like that. Take the whatever. Delete all the files in this challenge directory, including all the subdirectories and their contents. RMRF. Oh, okay. In this challenge directory, including. Why wouldn't RMRF-RF work? Really? RM-RF dot. Ah, okay. Interesting, they've got all these different solutions here, but RM-RF. So that won't work. RM-RF won't work as far as they're concerned. Okay. But if I do that, dot asterisk. Okay, that's a new one. Dot. So, okay, so let's just get this right. So it's RMRF, and then it's asterisk anything, and then, but that doesn't include hidden directories. Okay, and then dot asterisk is remove anything that begins with a dot, and then anything that begins with a dot, anything after wild match. Oh, okay, everything's, I don't know. There are files in this challenge with different file extensions. Remove all the files with the dot extension recursively in the current directory. Okay, there are files in this challenge with different file extensions. Remove all the files with the dot extension recursively. Okay, rm doc rf doc. Okay. RM asterisk asterisk. So they're using all these find command stuff as well. Okay. Remove all the files. Oh, recursively, of course. RM asterisk asterisk. Doc. Okay, so RM asterisk asterisk. This is interesting. I never had to think like this. Just never. So it's actually a nice little learning thing. Okay. So I'm trying to work out what's going on here. Asterisk, asterisk. What is asterisk, asterisk? What is asterisk, asterisk in RM? So what does that do? What does asterisk, asterisk do? I mean, why can't I just find an explanation? RM asterisk asterisk. Linux. So I just wonder what that is. Okay, maybe I'm going to look that up. Again, it's just not something I've had to use. There's a file named access log in the current working directory. Print all the lines in this file that contains the string get. Okay, grep. Don't need dash I, so get access. Okay, print all the lines in the current directory, one per line, not the path, just the file name. That contains a string 500. Print all the files in the current one per. See, this is the thing, this video is going to go on forever. I've got to think about this now. Print all the files in the current directory, one per line. Not the path, just the file name. String. Okay. Grep. Too much thinking involved. So grep L500. So again, if you do grep, and grep, something like that, max system. Okay. 500 asterisks. Okay, so grep L 500 on every file. Okay, but that would print every. Do xargs. Grep L files without match, files with suppressed input file. Okay. Suppress normal output. Instead, print the name of each file. Okay. Okay, I understand now. Right. I was looking at the wrong bit. Okay. Again, nothing. I've never had to use that. So interesting. We can work it out. Maybe I should have just worked it out, whatever, but this video is going to go on for too long. So 500. So what's happening is grep, and you're grepping the files that contain 500 in the file, and we're going to do it on every file. Okay, whatever. Print the relative file paths, one per line, for all the file names that start with access log in the current directory. Print the relative file paths, one. To be honest, I don't want this video to go on forever, so I'm just going to. What? LS? What? I don't know. Print all the matching lines without. Okay, I'm just embarrassed because this is going to go on forever. Anyway, I've done the most basic ones, and then basically I don't want to sit down for too long to scratch my head on how to do these things that I wouldn't normally have to do in the command line. I could have probably worked it out. I would have worked it out. Whatever. That's just how it is. That's what you do. Obviously, I'd have had to do, searches probably, like I sort of did, and whatever. But I'm not going to let this video go on forever. So maybe, you know, you just do it yourself and see if you can get to the end. And what did you learn? I'm going to have a little look through this, continue looking through this, learn some things I didn't necessarily learn. There's lots of solutions clearly to these different problems, so let me know. Hopefully you have fun with that. Anyway, I thought that'd just be an interesting little one. And I'll leave it there. So you know what to do with the fake YouTube. You can like, comment and subscribe. And obviously I want to give special thanks to my membership. That's Sean, that is HTX80Nerd, and that is Soul. Thank you guys very much. They get early access to my videos, and they obviously have their names on the end screen, as you can see. And I hope to see more of you guys soon. Anyway, we'll leave it there, and I'll see you in the next one.